Hello, this is lesson number 10, which is the first lesson in section number 3. It talks about marketing, competition, and the customer. Um, let's start. So basically, this lesson is talking about the marketing department, and it's talking about what are, let's say, the things that are related to the marketing department when it comes to customers, the relationship between customers, what actually the marketing department is responsible for. So let's start. Here we have the marketing department. So most businesses will unless they are very small, they have a marketing department, especially the large businesses, they have this department. And it's usually for, let's say, the private limited companies or the public limited companies. Usually, there is someone called the marketing director. He is going to be the person responsible for different responsibilities and tasks within the marketing department, such as the market research for new product. He's responsible for the promotion part and the advertisements. He's responsible for the distribution, the prices, and the sales part. So let's see, what is marketing. So as a term, marketing is identifying the customer's wants and also satisfying them, not in a, let's say, only satisfying them in a profitable way for the company itself. So as a business, of course, I have customers. I must understand the customers wants and also to satisfy these wants in a profitable way. So satisfying the wants of the customer. So who is a customer? A customer is a person, a business, or other organization which buys the goods and services from the business. Here we have, let's say, a structure of a typical marketing department. So if there is a marketing department, it is this organizational chart, or this is the typical structure of this department, starting with the marketing director. And the marketing director, as we said over here, is responsible for the sales part department, the market research, the people who are let's say responsible for the promotion and the distribution part. And also in the sales, let's say sales part, we have the regional sales manager and we have the regional sales manager. When it comes to the promotion, or the promotion team is responsible for the advertising and responsible for the promotion or sales promotion part. So large businesses will have different sections within the marketing department, and as we said over here, these are the sections. The first section is the sales team. So each section, we are going to explain the responsibilities that this team or section is supposed to, let's say, handle or supposed to do. They are responsible for the sales of the product. So they have usually separate sections for each region to which the product is distributed. So the sales department or the sales team is responsible for specific areas where they will distribute the product of the business. If the product is exported, there may be an export team. So also, if I'm not like selling locally, I'm selling for other countries outside, let's say the country that I'm working in. Also, there's a team called an export team. Also, we have the market research section, which is the second section over here. What is the responsibilities of this section? They are just responsible for finding out the customer's needs, the market changes, and the impact of competitors' actions. So they must understand the needs and wants, the changes that's happening to the market, and also the impact of competitors, the people who are working in the same industry. So after they, let's say, they do this research, they will report to the marketing director, and this information will be used to help make decisions about research, development of new product, pricing levels, sales strategies, and promotion strategies. So after doing the research and doing, let's say, finding out the needs, the changes, and the impacts, they're going to do a full report for the marketing director. And this marketing director is going to use the information taken from the market research team or section in order to do decisions related to new products, or related to the prices, or related to the sales strategies, or even for the promotion strategies. The third section is the promotion section. It deals with organizing and advertisements for the product itself. So these are like the creative team in this marketing department, and they are responsible for doing advertisements for the products that are being offered by the business. It arranges also advertisements, and also they do, let's say, the videos, they do the posters and so on. And also here we have the distribution transports the product to the market, how I'm going to, let's say, deliver the product to the market itself, how this product is going to be available for the customers, what are the ways that I will be distributing the product in order to be to make it available for the customers. So the role of marketing. So usually people, when they hear the word marketing, they think it's just about advertisements or it's just about the sales promotion, but it has a lot of activities related to all to selling a good and service. So we have, let's say, the role of marketing. So what are they, let's say, responsible for? Number one, identifying customer needs. So when I identify the customer's needs, I will know what kind of products or services this customer wants. So I understand this need, so I will see what kind of products or services that I have that satisfy this need, and also the prices they are willing to pay. So if this customer needs a certain product, is he willing to pay for the product that I have over here that's going to satisfy his need? Where and how they want to buy these goods and services, and what after sales services they might want. So where where do they want to find this product, and how are they going to find the product that's going to satisfy their needs? And also after this customer buys the product, am I going to do after sales services, which is like it could be like feedback, or just to do something that is after the sales part. Number two, I identify the customer's need, also I will satisfy the customer's need. So this is the second rule in the marketing. So the goods and services can be sold profitably. Customers wants the right product, okay, in the right place and in the right price. Because when the product is in the right, I will give the customer the right product, and I will put this product in the right place and to sell it in the right price, definitely I will be able to satisfy the needs. Or doing it, if I didn't do all of these things, I'm not gonna be able to meet these needs, and I will be doing something way less than competitors, and it's gonna, let's say, lead the business to closure or to failure. Number three, I have to maintain customers' loyalty. So the marketing department is responsible of making or keeping the customer loyal. So what is meant by customers' loyalty? Loyalty is when existing customers continually buy products from the same business over and over. This is loyalty, not switching for another brand or another, let's say, product from the competitors. So how can I gain the customer's loyalty? How can I have a loyal customer? It's simply by building customer relationship. So, what is meant by customer relationship? It's like having this kind of link with the customer and finding out if the products and services are continuing to meet their needs will help to ensure the success of the business. Because we said if I didn't meet the needs of the customers, it's going to lead to closure or to failure. So, if customers change their expectation of what they want from a good or service, then the business should respond to meet these new needs. So I should be updated with all the changes in the needs and wants, and be able to provide them with the products and services that are going to satisfy the needs, even if their needs changed. So this will be identified by maintaining a close customer relationship. So, what is a customer relationship? It's just communicating with customers to encourage them to become loyal with the business and its products. So, I have to be, let's say, in a contact with the customer in order to understand their needs and the changes in their needs as well. So, uh, in part of customer relationship, I'm not just focusing on existing customers who are already my customers, and I should focus on them, not just to concentrate on gaining new ones. So because in order to keep existing customers, it is much cheaper for a business to try to keep existing customers. So it's not just about gaining new ones, it's also to pay attention to the customers that I already have as a business. Number four, to build customer relationship to gain information about the customer. So since if I build a right or good relationship with the customer, definitely I will gain more information about them as customers. So I'm building a long-term relationship with them, so I can understand the changes in their needs and I can understand these needs. So building a relationship with customers means that the market research information can be used to understand why customers buy the product and how they will use them. So I will have these extra information about the customer. It's not just, let's say, gaining new ones, but also to know why do they buy the products and actually how are they using them in order to have, let's say, to understand the customers more. And number five over here, anticipate changes in the customer's needs by identifying new trends in the customer's demand or gaps in the market, so the business can produce goods and services which are not currently available. Which means like I'm just like understanding the changes in not only the demand but also the changes or what's not in the market in order to produce goods and services that are not available, so I can, let's say, take a step further than the competitors and to, let's say, be better than them in some way. So if the marketing department is successful in identifying customers' requirements and predicting future customers' need, it will enable the business to, let's say, to, if I did these roles perfectly as a marketing department, I was able to do these five roles of market perfectly, then I will be able, it's going to enable me as a business to do these things and to be able to do these things. For example, over here, raise customers' awareness of the product or service in the business to make the customer more aware. So I will gain the awareness of the customer. Also, I will increase the profitability and revenue. I will increase the market share. So what do I mean by market share? It's the percentage, and we took what is meant what by market share in the previous video is the percentage. It's always the percentage of a total market sales held by one brand or business to make sure that uh, as a business my market share is higher than other competitors in the same industry, to maintain and improve a good, to have a good image of products or a business, to target new people, to enter new markets at home or abroad, and to develop new products and improve existing products. All of these things are going to happen just if I did the role of marketing perfectly. So, understanding market changes. So you know that like the market is constantly changing, and if you're not, let's say, responsive to these changes, you might be in, let's say, outdated and as a business, and you will not be able to understand the new changes in needs and in the market. So over here, uh, if sometimes they say over here things do not stay the same forever. So as the market changes, also the business should change as well, and to provide goods and services that are up to date and also, let's say, are, let's say, adaptable and doing new changes, that is, let's say, like it's gonna fill or to be, let's say, in the same lane as the market change. So, why customer or consumer spending patterns change? So here I need you to pay attention that here we are talking about consumer, not we're not talking about the customer. So the consumer buys goods or service for personal use, not to resell. So a customer could be the customer could be a business. Could be let's say another businessman who's like is gonna resell the product, but the consumer is using the goods and services for his personal use. So why customers spending patterns changes. So sometimes they are, let's say, they are spending a lot of money on a certain product, then they stop, or they used not to pay a lot for this product, then they are spending a lot of money. So these are called spending patterns changes. So Why these changes are happening? Number one, because consumers' taste in fashion changes. So fashion may change for clothes, or consumer may want different styles of clothes they wore last year or last let's say previously. So one of the things that are going to change the spending patterns of consumers is the changes in tastes, the changes in technology. So as you all know, there's a lot of new products are being developed, such as an iPads, and all the people wants like the new iPhone. They no longer, let's say, are happy or satisfied with the old phones that they have, whether let's say the old versions or alternatives. So when there are changes in the technology and there's something new in the market, definitely the spending pattern is going to change. It's going to be raised. And number three, change in income. So if an economy has high unemployment, then many consumers will buy cheaper products. If the economy then grows and unemployment falls, the sales of more expensive products will increase. So over here, so if the customer is employed and he is getting an income, then he's going to be able to buy expensive products. If there's no employment, then there's no income, then he's going to buy cheaper products, simply. Aging population. The age structure of the population in many countries is changing to a greater percentage of older people. This has changed the type of products that they are increasing in demand, such as an anti-aging face cream for women. So the let's say we're gonna be paying attention to the aging part. If I'm, let's say, serving a population that's, let's say, mostly they are teenagers, or mostly they are, let's say, older people. So based on this percentage of or the aging population, the changes in the aging population, it's gonna shift the spending patterns from this X product to Y product. The power and importance of changing customer needs. The business fail to respond to customers' need, then they are likely to fail. And this is something that we already said. The customer is the king because their needs change. So the business must adapt to these changes and to actually respond to them by changing their product or offering another product in order to be successful. Simply. Why have some markets become more competitive? So a lot of markets, they become more competitive, or we see a lot of competitors in the same markets. We have several reasons, and the main reason is the globalization of markets, which means that products are increasingly sold all over the world. We're gonna see that a lot of all like we have different products in this in a lot of countries, and it's called globalization. Also, the transportation has improved, and it's easier now to let's say, and cheaper to transport products from one place to another. That's why it's more competitive, because we have this facility, this new transportation improvement. And also, of course, internet and e-commerce. It means that the consumer can simply, let's say, buy a product from a country, it's like the other side of the earth. And also, not only products, but also getting services such as insurance from another country. So, as a business, how can I respond to these changes in the spending patterns and increase competition? So, we have changes in the spending patterns. A lot of people like different payments, and let's say money wise, and also increased competition. So, as a business, how can I respond to these changes? How can I be up to date, or to be able to cope with these? Let's say cope with these changes. So, as a business, I need to do the following. Number one, to maintain good customer relationship. And we said that when I have a good customer relationship, I will be able to get, let's say, the market information real quick from the customers, and I will be notified, let's say, whenever there is a change. And also, market department will become, they're going to become experts with the customers needs, and they're going to respond to these needs as they have, let's say, this intimate relationship with the customer. So whatever, let's say, any changes might pop up, the business is ready to, let's say, cope with this change. And also, it's gonna keep improving its existing products, because I know that there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of changes in the spending pattern. I must improve my existing products. I should do something, let's say, all I'm always improving my products. I'm not keeping my products just the same. And by making the goods and services it sells very different from those produced by competitors, that business will become well known for differentiated products. I must do something different to keep my products different and to add stuff on the existing products. And as I'm improving the existing product, of course I have to bring out new products to keep customers interest. So I, as a company, I must do something better than competitors. So what can I do? It's either I do changes on existing products or I do new products to attract the attention of the customers and to uh, keep them buying from my company, or keeping them buying from my products. This will help the business to maintain or even increase its market share, and also keep costs low to maintain competitiveness. And this is meant by keeping the prices low, because the more the competition, the more the price is going to be lower, because like sometimes they are trying to attract the customer just by offering a low price. So what is meant by market? So a market for a particular good or service is made up of the total number of customers and potential customers, as well as sellers for that particular good or service. This is what is meant by the market. The number of customers that they are or and sellers that are buying a specific good or service. So it can be measured by the total number of sales or by the value of sales. So here we have let's say types of market. We have something called the mass market. So the mass market is where there's a very large number of sales uh, of a product. So there is a product and the sales is it is a very large number of sales for a certain product. So this is mass market. People are buying this product in large numbers. So, if a product has a very high level of sales, it is almost certainly being sold in mass markets. So, I will know that if this product is being sold in a very high level, then definitely it's being sold in a mass market. So, in these markets, many people in the population will buy the product, large or high number of sales. For example, aspirin, or let's say the products that are designed to appeal to the whole market, and also like the, let's say, like washing powder or soap, the things that we buy repetitively. And also therefore advertising and promotion are intended to appeal most customers. The advantages of selling to mass market. So why would I sell to a mass market where the, let's say, high level of sales? Number one, simply sales are very high in these markets. Number two, the business can benefit from economies of scale, which is lowering the average cost, and I'm going to explain it in chapter 19. Risk can be spread, as often the business will sell several variation of products to the mass market, and if one variety of the product fails, then the other products may sell well. So one of the advantages for selling in mass market, because I can sell a lot of, let's say, variation of products. So a lot of products can be sold in this mass market. So if one of these products didn't, like, it failed, I have a lot of several different products are being sold in the same market. So if one of them failed, it's fine, I have other products that are still selling in this mass market. Therefore the risks are going to be spread can be spread. Low risk, let's say. Opportunities for growth of the business due to large potential growth sales. So opportunities to growth just because we have large level of sales. So here we have the disadvantages of mass market. So the first thing we must pay attention to is high level of competition between businesses selling similar products. Like, you have to just, like, whenever you're trying to, let's say, know the differences between mass market or niche market, you have to like put a product, like as an example in here, like soap. A lot of businesses that are selling soap. So there's a high level of competition, high cost of promotion of advertising and promotion, as a lot of businesses are selling the same thing. So I have to make it different. Standardized products or services are produced and so may not meet, let's say, the specific needs of all customers or potential customers, therefore leading to lost sales. So also, like having standardized products or services that are produced for all the people, so there's no something like there's nothing special about it. So it's not gonna be like let's say it's not gonna satisfy personal needs or specific needs. Here we have niche marketing and we have niche market. So what is meant by niche market? It's a small, usually specialized segment of a much larger market. So we have mass market and then we have a specific specialized segment, which is niche market. So we said that in the mass marketing, we're selling to large number of people. Meanwhile, in the niche market, we're selling to a very small number of customers who form a small segment of a much larger market. So this is the market, the customers, and I'm just selling a specific, let's say over here, a specific number of customers. This is referred to as niche market. So the products that are sold in niche market are often specialized and sold by small businesses that would find it difficult to compete in the mass market. So let's say over here we have example of products that are sold in niche marketing, such as expensive products. It's for specific segment in this market. It's not for everyone, such as Rolex. So, what are the advantages of niche market over here? Number one, small businesses may be able to sell successfully in niche market as larger businesses may not have identified them but concentrated on the mass market instead. So it's going to be, it will reduce competition from the large businesses. So large businesses, they tend to go to mass markets more. So small businesses, they're going to have let's say an opportunity to sell in this niche market, and it's going to be less competitive for the small businesses. And number two, the needs of consumers will be closely focused on and targeted by businesses in the niche market, and also it's going to lead to high levels of consumers loyalty and good customer relationship, because they are like just, let's say, a small number of customers, so I can focus on them more, I can serve them better, and to have a better relationship with them as well. And here, the disadvantages of niche market. Niche market are usually relatively small. This is, we know that niche market, they are small. So simply because it's a small market, then it has limited sales. Also, it means that only small businesses can operate profitably in these markets. If the business wants to grow, it will need to look outside the niche market and develop products for the mass market. So as a small business, and they are just focusing in the niche market, they're gonna have, let's say, limited sales. So if I want to grow, if my objective as a business is just growth, so the niche market is not the right place for me as a business. So, and often businesses is in niche market will specialize in only one product. This means that the product is no longer in demand, simply the business will fail. They're doing like this specific product for specific people. Here we have market segments. So, market segments, what is meant by market segments? It's identifiable subgroups of a whole market in which consumers have similar characteristics and preferences. So this is the whole market. No, I'm just segmenting them into subgroups, and also each group over here has let's say similar characteristics or preferences. So I put them into a group all together over here. So let's see over here, the market of particular good or service made up of a total number of customers and potential customers for that particular good or service. And this is they're just repeating, let's say, something we've explained earlier in the video. The market segmentation. So the market segmentation recognizes that potential users of a good or service are not all the same, and that what appeals to one set of consumers may not appeal to others. So I was thinking, so I cannot, let's say, sell, let's say, my goods and services for everyone, because like all the consumers, they had different interests, they have different characteristics, they have different preferences. So what is the best thing to do? The best thing to do is to segment the market, to do market segmentation. Is when the market, the whole market, is broken down into subgroups. I will put subgroups from this huge market, and also in these subgroups I'll put the customers who have similar characteristics, this similar characteristics and interests and preferences. So who's going to do this segmenting part? The segmenting part is going to be done by the marketing department. They're going to divide the whole market into different groups and categories, and it's called market segments. So each segment is researched in great detail when it comes to advertising, and so each subgroup are going to be advertised in a specific way, different than other groups. So each group is going to have its way of advertising. As a marketing team, I will say that each group I will advertise for them in a way that's different than the other group. So as a marketing department, I will know the best places to advertise, and I will make sure that I will advertise in a place where this subgroup will see the advertisement, and also to know what is the design and how it's going to be appealing for the target market segment or subgroup. So pay attention, this is important over here. When I'm talking about segmenting the market, it's going to help the business in so many ways. The first one is make marketing expenditure cost effective by producing a product which closely meets the needs of these customers and targeting its marketing efforts only on this segment. So I'm segmenting, let's say this is the market, and I'm segmenting it into subgroups. So I will make sure that I'm spending the right amount of money, and the cost is, let's say, it's effective when I'm just focusing on this subgroup. The costs are effective, and I'm just producing a product over here that meets, definitely is going to meet the needs and wants of the customers that are in this group, that they have the similar characteristics and interests, and it's going to meet their needs. And that's how our marketing efforts are going to be only for this segment. And also, if I did that correctly, if I understood the needs and wants of the customers specifically in this segment, definitely I will enjoy higher sales and profit of the business because of the cost effective marketing that I did in point number one. Identify a market segment which is not having its needs fully met, and therefore offers opportunities to increase sales. So I'll make sure that I'm covering all the needs of the market by segmenting them, and making sure that there's no customer is being left out, and I'm focusing on all the needs in um, in my market. So how can I segment the market? Okay, how can I segment them? So the first way is by socio-economic group. So how can I segment the market? I will segment them based on their socio-economic features. Income groups can be defined and grouping people's job according to how much they are paid. So I will make sure that I'm segmenting people based on their income. So this is often means that the product are priced differently to target certain income groups. So when I know the income that these, let's say these customers in this segment are getting, so I will make sure that I will put the right price for them. By age, the products both of people in different age groups will not be the same, so I will make sure that when I segment the people by age, to offer the right products that are appropriate for their ages. whether it's like there are toys or something for grown-ups, clothes for grown-ups, and also by region or location. So in different regions of country, people may buy different products. So when I segment the whole market based on location, I'll make sure that I'm offering products that are, let's say, appropriate for the people who are living in this location or in this region specifically. Number four, by gender. Some products are bought only by women or only by men. So when I, let's say, segment the group into males and females, as a marketing team, I will know that I will be advertising, let's say, the specific products for females only, or I'm specifically marketing my products to males only because I segmented the market based on gender by use of the product. I will segment the people based on how they are using the product. And six, by lifestyle, whether like they are, let's say, a single person or they are like a family based on their different lifestyles. So if like, for example, if they're like their lifestyle is like outgoing and they like to spend money and they don't care about, let's say, the prices. So these subgroups that are, let's say, by lifestyle, I will be able to target them better and to understand their needs and offer them the product that matches with their lifestyle. Potential benefits of segmentation to the business. So pay attention over here. So businesses will use market segmentation to sell more products. This is like the main aim. I'm segmenting people not only to focus on, let's say, like specific groups, but only to sell more. This is like the main aim. And also they do this by making different brands of a product and then aiming each brand at a different market segment. All right, so by finding out the different segments in the market, a business can sometimes identify a segment whose needs are not being met, meaning that there's a gap in the market. So I make sure that I'm covering all the needs. So when I segmented the market, I made sure that uh, like I didn't miss out any customer. And even if I did before the segmentation, now with the segmentation, all of their needs are being met and I'm producing a suitable product that's meeting their needs and also increasing my sales as a business. A marketing manager would take all these factors into account when deciding which segments might buy new product or improve product. Therefore, once the segment has been identified, this will influence how the products are packaged and advertised. It also affect the choice of shops the business are sold in order to get maximum sales. So based on the advertisement, as a manager, I will be able to get to do these kind of decisions based on segmenting the market. So I will know, let's say, how am I going to package this product for the specific segment, how will I advertise the product to specific segment, and where shall I, let's say, make these products available, and also, let's say, I will get maximum sales as a result over here. Which method of segmentation should be used? All right, so I know how, let's say, I'm gonna segment them based on what, but which method of segmentation should be used? So different businesses will segment the market in different ways. A business that runs a number of, let's say, gymnasiums is likely to use consumers' lifestyle as a way of segmenting the market. So let's say if I want to ask myself as a business, okay, I have the market. Shall I segment them based on age or based on gender? Or am I going to segment them based on their lifestyle or how they use the product? Of which way shall I use? Here we have the answer. The factors a business will consider before choosing an appropriate method of segmentation will include. So I will be considering, or I will should, let's say, plan and to consider a few points before I actually before I actually make any decision, which is I should do a detailed analysis of the market and the size of each potential segments in terms of consumers and likely sales. So I will do analysis. I'll make like this potential segment and I will see if I segment that in this way, what is likely the sales are going to be, or is it going to be a large segment or a small segment? And then the company's image and brand image. A high-tech business with an excellent reputation for innovation will not want to produce low-priced goods for low-income consumers. So I will make sure that I'm using a method of segmentation that will not affect my image as a business or the brand image. Number three, cost of entering each segment, for example, the specially designed products and advertising campaign. I will see if I segmented, let's say I use this method of segmentation, what is the cost of entering each segment? Is it gonna be, it's gonna cost a lot of money or not? So these are the three, let's say, things that I will consider before I use any method of segmentation. That was our class for today, and this is the first lesson in section 3. Study well. See you in the next video.